Ukraine's ground forces have released new combat footage documenting an assault operation carried out in the Siversky direction in eastern Ukraine. The video, published with official branding, is dated January 14, 2025, and is identified as showing an attack on positions held by Russia's 108th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade. The video opens with a title card bearing the insignia of Ukraine's ground forces, followed by on-screen text in Ukrainian and English indicating the location and date of the operation. The clip frames the action as a coordinated assault on enemy positions, underscoring the continued intensity of fighting along this section of the front line. Much of the footage is presented from the perspective of aerial drones, with targeting overlays, telemetry data, and directional markers visible on screen. The terrain below appears wintry and heavily damaged, with leafless trees, churned ground, and remnants of defensive positions, suggesting prolonged combat activity in the area. As the video progresses, drones are shown tracking movement among tree lines and fortifications. Ukrainian flags and digital markers are overlaid to indicate friendly forces, while opposing positions are identified through the drone's targeting interface. The footage shows repeated strike sequences, with explosions visible near suspected enemy positions. The video cuts between different drone angles, suggesting the use of multiple unmanned platforms during the operation. Throughout the clip, no individual soldiers' faces are clearly visible, and the focus remains on the battlefield environment and the use of technology rather than close-quarter combat. The presentation style mirrors other official Ukrainian military releases, combining raw drone footage with minimal explanatory text to document the operation. According to the caption embedded in the video, the assault targeted positions of the 108th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade, a Russian unit reportedly operating in the Siversky direction. The release does not specify casualty figures or the final outcome of the engagement, but it highlights the continued use of drone reconnaissance and precision strikes as a central element of Ukrainian battlefield tactics. The Siversky direction has remained an active and contested area, with both sides relying heavily on artillery, drones, and small unit maneuvers. Videos such as this are increasingly used by military forces to demonstrate operational activity, provide transparency, and counter opposing narratives about control of the front. The footage serves as another example of how modern warfare in Ukraine is being documented in near real time, with unmanned systems playing a decisive role, not only on the battlefield, but also in shaping public understanding of the conflict. Ukraine's 25th Airborne Syechislav Brigade continues to defend the northern part of Pokrovsk in eastern Ukraine, despite persistent daily assaults by Russian forces, according to a battalion commander from the unit. While fighting remains intense, the commander says recent developments suggest Russian troops are becoming increasingly exhausted. Speaking during Ukraine's national telethon, the battalion commander, known by the call sign Hera, said Russian forces are still attempting to capture Pokrovsk and continue to launch attacks on a daily basis. However, he noted that Ukrainian paratroopers have managed to hold their positions and, in some cases, improve them through active countermeasures. "The enemy continues shelling and storming our positions," Hera said, as quoted by Army Inform. But over the past few days, the situation has begun to change. According to the commander, soldiers from the 25th Airborne Brigade are successfully repelling Russian assaults and carrying out strike and search operations aimed at disrupting enemy movements and strengthening defensive lines. These actions, he said, have helped Ukrainian forces maintain control over the northern districts of the city, despite constant pressure. Hera added that Russian units involved in the fighting appear increasingly worn down by repeated failed assaults. While he did not elaborate on specific indicators, his comments suggest that sustained Ukrainian resistance is taking a toll on attacking forces. At the same time, the commander highlighted a serious internal challenge complicating the defense of Pokrovsk: the continued presence of civilians inside the city. Despite months of fighting and ongoing shelling, many residents have remained, creating both humanitarian and security concerns. Hera warned that some of the remaining civilians are collaborating with Russian forces, actively providing them with assistance and intelligence from within the city. He described this issue as a major problem, emphasizing that such collaboration poses direct risks to Ukrainian troops operating in urban areas. Pokrovsk has become a focal point in Russia's ongoing offensive in eastern Ukraine, with its capture seen as strategically significant. Ukrainian forces have repeatedly stressed the importance of holding the city to prevent further Russian advances deeper into the region. Despite daily attacks and the complex challenges posed by urban warfare, Ukrainian paratroopers of the 25th Airborne Sicheslav Brigade remain in control of northern Pokrovsk. As fighting continues, commanders say they are adapting to shifting battlefield conditions while confronting both external assaults and internal security threats.
Орудие!
Влево 0,60. Заряд первый.
Третьему, да.
По готовности один огонь.
Выстрел!